man at the center of a controversial officer-involved shooting here is out of the hospital and in jail. 26-year-old Armand Bennett faces charges of possession of a firearm, possession of marijuana, resisting an officer, and damage to property. But it's the altercation with the arresting officer that has come under scrutiny. The officer shot Bennett in the head, and it's unclear if there is any video of the incident because the officer's body camera was turned off. WDSU reporter Gina Swanson is here tonight with details. Gina?
Scott, here's what we know. Police say Officer Lisa Lewis had a prior run-in with Armand Bennett last week. Police say that she discharged her service weapon twice, but when it comes to the issue of her body camera, whether or not there's any video of the incident, well, that apparently is still under an investigation.
Body-worn cameras is a game changer in American and international policing.
Back in January, Superintendent Ronald Surpass said body cameras would make a big difference in day-to-day policing. They are an independent witness to events to eliminate the he said, she said accounts of officer interactions with the public. But when it comes to the officer involved in the shooting of Armand Bennett, his attorney says apparently the camera wasn't rolling. The independent police monitor wouldn't speak specifically about the case involving Bennett, but said the cameras are an important piece of the puzzle when it comes to use of force questions.
Well, the whole idea is to make sure that they're recording the interactions, especially with the public, when it comes to things like misconduct or use of force. NOPD policy, which has been approved by the court, requires them to traffic, especially in patrol, to record interactions with the public, calls for service, traffic stops, interactions like that with the public so that we know what happens.
The shooting happened Monday here in the 3700 block of Mimosa Court in Algiers. The public didn't learn of the incident until Wednesday. Officer Lewis fired twice at the suspect. His attorney says one of those shots was fired as he was running away, an account that could be cleared up with video of the incident.
Is this a situation where officers were wearing their body cameras?
It's all part of the investigation.
Bennett was booked on charges of weapon and marijuana possession as well as resisting arrest, but his attorney believes there's still more questions that need to be answered.
In fairness to the citizens of New Orleans, the NOPD needs to be a little more transparent when things like this happen.
Now, it's important to note that not everyone on the force has a body camera. The city budgeted about $300,000 to operate and maintain 420 body cameras. Scott.
All right, Gina, thanks. In Jefferson Parish, a grand jury